Welcome to the Cannabis Review, another episode. I hope everybody is well out there watching the show. We've got an absolutely fantastic guest for you today. I've been looking forward to chatting to this man now all week. It's Socrates Rosenfeld, the co-founder and CEO at Jane Technologies, who own iHeartJane. How are you doing, Socrates? You well?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you very much. All is going well over here in Dublin in Ireland. I just, for a little bit of people who don't know your story, you've got a pretty interesting and amazing story so far that brought you to the cannabis industry. Do you want to fill everybody in on where you started and where you are now?
Sure. So my path is a unique one in the sense that I actually never consumed cannabis till I was about 30 years old. The reason behind that is I was in the Army since I was 18. I went to West Point, which is the military academy, and then flew Apache helicopters in the Army for some time. And I got out of the service, and like most military veterans, getting out is a transition. And for me, it was a challenge in the sense where I couldn't turn down my intensity level. And I tried many different things, from trying to work out really hard to trying to calm down, do yoga. And I couldn't really find my balance. And ultimately, I tried cannabis. I will say, in the sake of full transparency, I was reluctant to try it, but it certainly did change my life. It really brought me that sense of presence again. It allowed me to really find my balance, and then put me on a path of healing that was really important to me at a really critical time in my life, where I was going from one very intense lifestyle combat to now transitioning into the civilian world. And after learning as much as I possibly could about cannabis, while I was a student at MIT for grad school, I thought to myself, man, if there's ever an opportunity to combine these two worlds of fast growth technology and apply it to the legal cannabis industry that was just getting going about 5-6 years ago in the US, I thought it would be an absolute dream come true. And so I feel very, very fortunate that I was able to make that happen. And we launched about 3.5 years ago and haven't looked back since. So it's been a good run so far.
Excellent. Amazing. That leads me on to the first topic we're going to talk about. If you could explain to everybody what an e-commerce site is. There's going to be a lot of business people who obviously know straight away what that is, but how basically does iHeartJane work with the companies? And you set up 3.5 years ago. How did you get to now being the largest cannabis e-commerce site?
Great question. So, for the listeners that aren't in the US, in cannabis, you can't order products and have it shipped in the mail. And so originally, we're all used to these websites like Amazon is probably the best example, where as a consumer, we love the convenience. We love what's known as the purchasing power, right? We can compare different products. We can read verified reviews from real customers. And in a matter of minutes, we become, as the consumer, a very educated consumer, and we have that authority to decide where we want to purchase, whether that's a top-rated product or cheapest product, etc. Amazon is able to do that because they store all the products themselves. They warehouse the products, and when you order some dog food off Amazon, for instance, it'll come from their warehouse in the middle of who knows where, get put on an airplane, and get shipped to you through the USPS within 2 days, is their claim. Excuse me. It's really good for the consumer, maybe not so good for those small businesses in Ireland that are probably selling dog food, right? And so that's known as disintermediating the retailer. This direct-to-consumer business removes any need for consumers to buy products from retailers in their local community. So as wonderful as it is for the consumer, the model, at least here in the United States, is really destroying brick and mortar retail at the local community level. In cannabis, because we can't ship this product, we had to reinvent the online marketplace. So the challenge for us was, could we provide for the consumer the same level of curation, convenience, and purchasing power? Can you read reviews? Can you compare by price? Can you get recommended products based on the products that you're looking at? While at the same time, not disintermediating these retailers. So what we've done, and we've invented this, is the ability to essentially automate e-commerce for brick and mortar retailers. We, through remote integration, I will try not to get so nerdy on you. We track all the information in inventory at that store. We apply all the right content. We pull all of our verified reviews, etc. It runs through our recommendation engine. So for the consumer now, they're shopping for cannabis on iHeartJane.com as easily and as simply as shopping online for just about everything else in this world. The difference, though, now is that every single product that you're seeing is available in your local neighborhood at a retailer. That product is sitting on a store shelf somewhere close to you. And so it's been this wonderful uncovering of a new model of e-commerce where it's a win-win scenario. The consumer wins, the retailers win, and ultimately what we're trying to do is have this industry win. And the only way we can really do that is if we make cannabis as accessible and as easy to shop for as shopping for a burrito on Grubhub, as shopping for a flight on Priceline, or shopping for a bag of dog food on Amazon. This is what we're doing, and we're just getting started, but it's, in my opinion, a leading indicator of what is to come for e-commerce, not just in cannabis, but across the world. If you think about the last product you bought on Amazon, one might wonder, is that available somewhere local to me? And if we could create a scenario through technology where we can actually empower brick and mortar businesses by providing them this automated e-commerce solution, plug them into a marketplace, we might have uncovered something that is a new way to shop beyond an Amazon. And at the same time, instead of pulling value away from local communities, is pushing value back into it without sacrificing any convenience or curation. So again, it's been a really fun idea as an entrepreneur to explore and iterate and build on. And so far it's proving to be successful. And we think this model perhaps can work in other retail verticals at some point too.
Amazing. It's also going to have a good little carbon footprint tilt to it as well, I suppose, with the lack of shipping and traveling. It kind of leads me on to the next topic I want to talk about. One of the things I think that is so brilliant about iHeartJane and something that everybody loves is the peer-reviewed products, regardless whether it's your rating on eBay or whether it's your Uber status. Everybody wants to kind of automatically go with somebody who's got 5, 10 stars. They won't even do much reviewing apart from, okay, it's got 9 out of 10, I'll give it a try.
Right.
How important was that to integrate it into the software that you were building?
Massive. I can't remember the last time I went to a restaurant without reading reviews, or I bought a product without reading a review, or I stayed at an Airbnb, house without reading a review. This has just been ingrained in us, and it's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. If you think about how, if you were to recommend to me a restaurant, I would take that very seriously because let's say we're friends and I trust you, man, that's word of mouth. But now imagine if you could talk to 1,000 people that have tried this product. And cannabis, in my opinion, has been stigmatized for so long because of a lack of information. And it's one thing to have the brands or the dispensaries say this product is the best, but it's a whole nother thing if 10,000 consumers who have tried that product say this is the best. And so what we're trying to do really is, again, treat cannabis like every other retail good. The issue was that product can be named 20 or represented, thousands of different ways. And what we've now have the ability to do is essentially guarantee that the product you're looking at is actually that real SKU. And what that means now is we can put information behind that. Peer-reviewed products have been such a huge feature for us. We launched it about 6 months ago, and we have over 1 million verified reviews on our platform. And again, this is with the intention and the vision to go and empower consumers to educate themselves on what products work for them. So for instance, you can just type in the keyword sleep here in Santa Cruz, California, and find the top rated gluten-free edibles in Santa Cruz, California, where consumers have said this has helped them go to sleep the best. And we do that fully automated. And again, I think that is all going back to, can we provide purchasing power to the consumer? And at the same time, can we now establish a trusted resource for consumers to come to where they can learn about a product that has been stigmatized and has been kept in the dark for decades now? Let's go bring that out and have people who have actually tried this product be able to add and contribute back to the community. And in doing so, hopefully elevate this industry and educate consumers and in turn, destigmatize this industry as much as possible.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think the peer review product reviews are so important in terms of how cannabis can be consumed. It can be consumed so many different ways. So somebody saying, "Oh, well, I love this weed. It was great." You might have been smoking a joint compared to somebody who hits water bongs consistently. So, yeah, I think definitely having that large quantity of reviews allows you to ascertain the best product for you. Going to bring me on to my last topic of conversation: the global plans for iHeartJane. Do you see? In Europe, looks like everything's pushing together. We had a recent ruling on CBD. There's the WHO recommendations that are voting this week in the European Council. So I can see it's not an if, it's a when now in the cannabis industry coming to Europe. Do you see iHeartJane be able to be applicable across multiple territories?
Absolutely. We've built this, we cut our teeth in the US on purpose because what we saw was the opportunity to build a scalable solution that can work across many diverse, different geographies. And in the U.S., we're I guess we're lucky to have a bunch of different states almost act as different countries, different regulations, different products, different rules for retailers. You can say some things in Washington State, you can't say other things in California. You can get delivery in California. You can't get delivery in Illinois. All these different nuances that really provide a significant challenge for retail, for tech companies in scaling their platform globally. What we've done now is we feel very confident that we have a very solid foundation upon which now we can scale internationally, and that is within our plans here over the next couple of years. And man, what a dream come true would it be to have Jane up there in Europe, particularly in Ireland. And I think that, like you said, man, it's a matter of when, not if. And we feel very confident at Jane that we have the platform upon which the global industry can be built.
Unbelievable. It's an incredible story, and it's great to see people like yourselves creating these unique answers to questions that have been out there along. It's always the simplest things that nobody has done yet seem to always be the genius idea. I think this seems to be one of those ideas.
Thank you so much, man. It has been such a wonderful journey as someone who has experienced cannabis as helping myself, really helped me, and other veteran friends of mine. It's helped them. And now I've been in a fortunate position where I get to hear stories of how cannabis has helped so many people. Man, what an honor it's been to be at Jane on behalf of the Jane team, to really play a role. It's not about Jane, but it's about our software enabling and empowering not only the consumers, but also the retailers and brands to elevate this industry, hopefully not just in the US, but globally. Man, it's going to be a fun next couple of years, and we're excited to be part of the conversation.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to hopefully talking to you maybe in early 2021, and we can have hopefully some progress has been made over in Europe, and we can talk about how iHeartJane is already setting up base in Ireland.
Man, that would be a dream come true. I look forward to touching base again soon, man.
Yeah, for everybody who hasn't ever been to the site, you can see the website details out there on the bottom of the screen. I highly recommend you go visit the site and check out the great software that these guys have developed. So can't thank you enough for coming on the show, Socrates. I hope you have a great day and chat to you soon.
Thanks so much, man. You too.
Cheers.